Sarah Cheung is known to her subscribers as the ultimate beauty and brains. During university in Hong Kong, she studied philosophy and women and gender studies, expanding on her desire to understand the human mind. She then studied abroad at the University of Texas, Austin, and it was then she explored another avenue of her passions, beauty and fashion.
The originality of her content and outspoken support for the LGBTQ+ community has earned her features in Allure and Refinery 29, as well as working with top beauty brands such as Fenty Cosmetics and Benefit Cosmetics. From philosophy and politics to concealer and lingerie, Sarah's authenticity never fails to entertain her audience. Glow Radio is a podcast for sassy entrepreneurs who are in the process of quitting their much-hated day job to work for themselves full-time.
You can expect weekly conversations with unapologetic creatives, business owners, and influencers.
We discuss tips on how to reach your goals, manage your time, and keep your sanity while being a major boss babe.
We're Jacqueline and Clara, your favorite hype women who will cheer you on and push you to create the life that you want. We're business strategists, career and life mentors, and wellness advocates. Hit that subscribe button and follow us on IG at Glow Radio Co. Stay sassy, babes! Before we get started, we wanted to thank Bluehost for partnering with us. We're so happy to use the best hosting service that doesn't break our bank. Bluehost powers over 2 million websites, including ours. They offer 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and is the #1 recommended web hosting by WordPress.org.
If you're an entrepreneur building or revamping your website, we highly recommend Bluehost as a trusted resource. Sign up for your website hosting today at www.bluehost.com/track/WOGLOW. That's WHOAGLOW. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode on Glow Radio. We are so excited today to welcome our guest, Sarah. She is a YouTuber and we're just so excited to learn about her journey today. So welcome, Sarah.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So how about you tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you start your YouTube channel for those who don't know you?
Okay, so my name is Sarah. I am 23 and I do videos usually about makeup, beauty, sometimes philosophy. And yeah, that's basically what my channel is about.
Awesome, cool. So when did you feel like that your YouTube career really started taking off? Like it was just like blowing up at that point?
I think there were a couple videos that definitely helped. Like the boy beat was everywhere when I first posted it, and the Kim K sex tape makeup tutorial was everywhere. So those videos definitely helped. But I think it was steady growth over time. I've been doing this for 3 years. Most of the time I did it kind of just on the weekends because I was in college for most of it. So this year would be the first time that I'm actually trying to do it full time. So the growth is definitely, it reflects on how consistent I am.
So do you have any tips for getting noticed by brands?
Yeah, so the obvious one would be, of course, tagging them in posts on YouTube or on Instagram. But when I was first starting out, I think I used to just look on their website to find a marketing email, and I would reach out by myself a lot of the times. But I think when you have good content and you just have something that stands out, even if you don't have a lot of followers, that's what brands would look for. They want someone with kind of a fresh look because there are so many influencers, and if you stand out, people are going to reach out and they're going to want to work with you.
Cool. And then what was your first ever collaboration?
My first ever collaboration, it was with this company called Vanity Planet, and I still remember I got that email in class and I was so excited to get it. It was only like a $200 collaboration, but I was so happy, so excited. And I spent like a whole month planning the video. And yeah, that was my first one.
Awesome. How do you know how they found you?
I'm not sure. They just emailed me one day, and back then I didn't have any management. I did everything by myself. So it was just, yeah, I just got the email, and we started to discuss what to do and ideas and that kind of stuff.
So could you tell us a little more about collaborating? Like, is it usually like contract work, or do they just, you come to some sort of agreement just through email?
It's very different for every company, and everybody's protocol is different. In the beginning, I never did contract, and I learned my lesson that I really needed to do contracts because I worked with one company where they just reached out to me. We agreed on the idea, everything, and they were really excited about the idea I gave them. It was going to be like a drunk skincare tutorial. uh, and it was really fun. But after I did the video, I filmed it, I edited the video, I sent them the link, and they just completely ghosted me. And after that, I just decided to not do uncontracted work ever again. And my manager Lori, she helps me a lot with that.
Oh man, that sounds so rough. I would
Yeah.
be super choked if that happened.
Yeah, and it was back then when uh, I was having trouble with AdSense, and having contract work or having sponsorships is like the only way I can get income, and that just goes 1 month of my paycheck. So it was really important to get contracts and have everybody on the same page, and just not have someone ghost you.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
So when it comes to sponsorships, like, are they usually short term, or like how do you deal if you have like more than one long term, contract with sponsors?
They're usually short term. I wouldn't mind doing long term contracts, but I think I'm still new in terms of like actually doing this full time, and I'm still building relationships with brands, and so I'm just doing short time work here and there.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And how do you come up with your video ideas? Like, tell us about the process and how you get your inspiration.
Yeah, so I'm not a very organized person. So I get these ideas just pop, like they just pop in my head, and I get bursts of energy out of nowhere. So with the Kim K sex tape makeup tutorial, I literally got the idea in class, and then I went home and I did my research, which involves watching the sex tape. But I just planned the video, set everything up, filmed it, recorded it, edited the video, and posted it on the same day. And by the time I was done, it was like 4 a.m. But I got everything done in one day. So it sometimes it's a week-long project, sometimes it's a month-long project, sometimes it's just done in a day. It depends on the idea and how I think it should be executed.
And do you remember what was your follower base when you had Kim K? Like, how many followers were you at?
I think it was around 200,000.
Okay. And then that kind
Yeah.
of just blew up from there.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what's your advice for keeping your audience engaged?
I think just talking to them and being engaged and listening to them, because I think I think maybe not everybody agrees with me, but I think first and foremost, being an influencer, or whatever you want to call this, just listening to your audience and responding to them, and being responsible for them is the number one thing. Because having a manager, having brands work with you, that's all extra, that's how you make an income off of it. But your audience is what makes everything happen. So being receptive to them, and taking their ideas, that's very important to me.
Do you do a lot of audience requests?
Yes, sometimes. So it's like I talk to my audience like how I talk to a friend. So if their idea is good, then I'll do it. If their idea is bad, I'll tell them it's stupid. Yeah.
So, how did you start working with a manager? Like, do you have any tips for other influencers who are seeking a management company?
Yeah, so the incident that I told you about, that's what really drove me to want to find a manager. Because at some point when you're getting so many sponsorships, it gets overwhelming, and you need someone there to help you, protect you legally. And it's kind of sad, because at first you just operate on trust and stuff, and then you realize you can't. But having Lori a good manager who is really good at what she does, it helps so much. And when I first started, I actually contacted. So my management is Select, which is a great management company, and I actually reached out to them first. Like I found their email and asked them, "Hey, can you guys manage me?" I actually got a lot of management emails, like management offers, and I specifically wanted to work with Select because I know what my vision is, and I know what kind of management will help me get there. So I reached out to them, and they didn't reply. They didn't respond for a long time. And then Lori actually reached out to me months later. So it depends on your luck, and like I said, it all comes from your content. And if you have good content, there are going to be people who want to work with you. So just keep doing your thing. It doesn't hurt to reach out.
So what does a manager do? Obviously protect you with all the contracts, but are there like other things that they might do for you, like maybe help you find work or?
Yeah. So sometimes managers just have such a better knowledge of the industry. So Lori specifically just helps me talk to brands that I really like and want to work with, but I might not have their email, and I don't know, how the business side of things work. So she just helps me with that. And also I just feel like she's my mom in the industry. Like I anytime I have questions about the algorithm or like what kind of content to post, and she even helps me come up with ideas and that kind of stuff. So yeah, she helped me not get lost in the sauce.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So nowadays, what's the process like when you work with brands? Like, do they usually reach out to you directly or do they go through your manager first?
Oh, I make sure everybody goes through Lori.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. It keeps you safe.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
definitely.
And I'm also really bad at writing emails, so she helps.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this episode so far, please comment Glow Up on YouTube and leave us a review on iTunes.
Give us 5 stars or we will find you.
We will! What would you say so far is the most challenging part of being an influencer?
I used to say hate because that took a long time to adjust to, especially as my audience grows. I remember like my first really, really spiteful hate comment was under like just a makeup tutorial, and someone said, I you make me believe that Asian people should be thrown into concentration camps.
What?
And
Wow.
like something really vile like that. And I don't. I recently got a message from someone saying that there are people saying that they wish I was abused in forums or something, and I don't like actively go look at these comments, but you just get these messages, and that was something that I really had to adjust to, and I'm still figuring that out. But now I think the biggest thing would be responsibility, because I feel I never claimed that I'm a role model, and I never tried to be one. But at a certain point, what you say and what you do influences people. So you need to be aware of what kind of message you're sending while still being true to yourself, and finding that balance, I think, would be the most challenging part.
So how do you cope? Like, obviously, when you get those messages, you will end up having kind of more of a bad day. So what do you do when you have a bad day?
I try very hard to not think about it, and I try to hang out with, friends, family, people who love me, and it makes me realize that that is all fake. But to be honest, most days I just cry.
Oh.
That sounds so tough. Like, those comments must hurt a lot sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it does, but like I said, I'm just still learning how to cope with everything.
Mm, totally.
But I hope the good outweighs the bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of the time it does. I definitely get more good comments, but when that one really, really bad one, when you see that really bad one, it just stings,
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I don't know why the negativity always like hurts so bad, even though there's only one out of like 50,000.
Yeah.
So, what have been some of your most favorite collaborations you've done?
Oh, definitely with Fenty. Because they just, Fenty Beauty is a recent video I did, and they just let me do whatever I want. And that's my favorite type of collaboration, when I have all the freedom, because sometimes it's just trying to maintain your creative control while trying to work for the brand is hard. But she just let me, they let me be creative, so that was the best one.
That's amazing. Did you have to like submit it for review before you posted it, or they just literally let you do whatever?
Yeah. So with every brand collaboration, I always submit my video for review, just so everybody's on the same page, everybody's happy. But they liked the video the first time I submitted it, and everything was great.
That's awesome. I love Fenty Beauty. I
Me
have so much of their
Yeah, same.
all the highlighters, please.
Yes, all of
Same.
them.
Like, yeah, I post about their stuff all the time, and I'm always pestering Lori about getting more PR, because they don't ship to Hong Kong. But yeah, I keep asking her for more products, and people think that I talk about them all the time because I'm sponsored to talk about them, but I'm not. Like, most of the time when I post about them on my story, it's because I just really like their products.
Yeah, for sure. What is your advice for someone who wants to start a YouTube channel?
Do it. So many of my friends tell me, they see what I do, and they really want to try to find out how to do it. And it's just really about just doing it and making a video and posting it. That process usually isn't the difficult part, and it's really getting people to watch it. But that will never happen unless you have the courage to take the first step. So making your first video and putting it out there. Worst case scenario, nobody watches it and it's a flop. But best case scenario, it could turn into something great. And I'd never, at the point when I first started, I didn't want to look back and think, oh, I wish I started earlier. Oh, I wish I started earlier. So, just getting started.
Mm-hmm. We say that a lot.
Yeah,
too.
that is definitely amazing advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning, were you pretty vocal about your channel? Like, did you tell your friends and family to like watch your videos, or did you kind of keep it private in the beginning?
Oh, no, I told everybody. I posted it in all of my circles. I even told my mom to post it among her friends, so that I could have like a niche, elderly audience. But yeah, I told all my friends and family. And even though at first there were definitely people who were like, oh my God, who does she think she is? She's posting tutorials. Because I've never had any, professional makeup training, and I get that. But there were people who didn't like it, but I didn't care. I just posted it everywhere I could. You got to do whatever you can to get it started in the beginning.
That's awesome.
How frequently did you post in the beginning?
How frequently did I post videos?
Yeah, like in the beginning, just to like, I guess, gain traction.
I tried to do it once a week, but I definitely was not consistent. I'm still not as consistent as I want to be. But back then, I tried to do once a week. I think I ended up doing like like twice a week, maybe. Yeah.
Do you remember what your first ever video was?
My first ever video was an everyday makeup tutorial, and I did it because I had a bit of a following on Tumblr, and everybody would always ask me like what I wear, like what kind of makeup I'm using, and I figured I would just do a video for it. And yeah, that gave me my first idea.
Awesome. Oh my God, I love Tumblr.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
It's a
kind
dying
of like
website
died
right
off,
now.
but like I still love it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I prefer Tumblr over Pinterest, which might not be a popular opinion.
Yeah. No, I love Tumblr. I'm still on it sometimes. Not many people follow me, and not many people know about it because I don't talk about it, but I'm just there, like, anonymously scrolling.
Creeping.
I remember when I was still in university, I would literally just not listen in class and scroll on Tumblr.
Yeah, same.
So,
Same.
what are your future goals for your channel?
So definitely expanding my audience, because I'm moving around so much. There's not a lot of stability. I don't really have a good space. Like, I try to make the most of what I have, but I don't have a great space for filming. So definitely, upping everything in quality and providing better content. But in the far future, when I'm ready, I definitely want to create a lot of businesses from my vision, because there's so many talented people that I want to work with, so many people I want to collaborate with, and yeah, that is in the future.
Amazing. Would you ever want to create like your own merch or like your beauty line?
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, so merch is something that I've been thinking about, and I think that would be very fun and interesting, and I really want to have, something physical to connect with my viewers. And in terms of beauty line, that is something that would take so much research, and I don't just want to slap my label or my name on something and say that and push it to my followers. Like, if I am going to come out with a beauty line, it's going to be the real deal. So I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to think about it and make sure it's the best that it can be. So that is something I would think about, but it's in the future because it'll take time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely. Would love to check it out in the future.
Yeah, so keep us.
So this is the part where we have a little bit of fun. We have 2 random questions for you, just so we can get to know you and your personality a little bit.
Okay.
So our first random question is, what is something people might not know about you that you'd like to share?
Something people might not know. Okay, so I think most of my followers already know this because I talk about it a lot, but I used to be on a debate team, and I just used to be this huge nerd in college, and I wanted to go on to go to law school or continue studying philosophy. That was actually where my career was heading. That's where I thought it was heading for a long time until YouTube kind of took over. So honestly, I always joke about this with my friends. I say that, like, maybe one day I'll just move to LA and get super consumed in the fame and all the, the toxicity of it all. And one day I'll snap and break, and I'll start doing cocaine and become like a deranged philosopher somewhere. Yeah. But that part of my life, I feel like not a lot of people see and understand, and it's still very much part of my personality, but it's because it's not what people usually like to watch and see. I don't talk about it as much. Yeah.
That's cool. It's always interesting to hear like a different side of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So second random question we have is, what do you usually do for self-care? Like, do you have any routines that you do?
Yeah, so I'm a simple girl. I just like to stay home. I don't do crowds and parties. I just stay home and I watch Queer Eye or
Yes.
or like a debate on YouTube, and I just do a sheet mask and go to bed, getting sleep.
Sleeping is so important.
Sheet masks are life.
Yeah.
And then what about like skincare? What do you do for that?
Skincare. So it changes a lot because I always want to try different products. I love the brand Paula's Choice, and I also love the brand Skin Need, which is a Hong Kong based brand. I switch it up a lot, but usually it's just cleansing, toning, exfoliant, moisturizer. It's the same formula, just trying different brands.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're down to the last part of the podcast. We're going to end with a little fun this or that lightning round.
Okay.
So we asked you a bunch of questions, and we're really excited to hear what your answers are.
Sure.
So number 1, beach or mountain?
Beach.
Number 2, pink or purple?
Oh man, that's hard. Pink.
Number 3, red or nude lipstick?
Nude, always.
Yes. Number 4, Pringles or Lay's?
Lay's.
Number 5, sushi or barbecue?
Sushi.
Number 6, flip-flops or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Number 7, pastel or neon?
Oh, damn it. Pastel.
Number 8, America's Got Talent or American Idol?
America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Number 9, SpongeBob or Patrick?
Ooh, Patrick? I relate to Patrick more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Last one, Jim or watch Netflix?
Oh, watch Netflix. Who am I kidding?
Gotta watch that Queer Eye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's all the questions we had today. Thank you, Sarah, so much for joining us. I feel like our audience got to see a little bit more of your personality and really learn more about the YouTube world.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. We're so grateful that you decided to join us today.
Thank you for listening, Glow Babes.
Give us your 5 golden stars on iTunes and we'll be your best friends, I swear. And please share this episode with your babes that need some glow and will benefit from this. Thank you.